When first I left old England, sure such yarns as we were told, as how folks in Australia could pick up lumps of gold. So when we got to Melbourne town, we were ready soon to slip and get even with the captain and scuttle from the ship. With his swag upon me shoulder, Black Billy in me hand, I travel the bush of Australia like a true born native man.
Well, welcome everyone back to another episode of Ful-O Gold, and got something different to share with you today. I'm not out metal detecting this time, but instead I've drawn up this contraption. Now, if it seems overwhelming, let me talk you through it, because it's actually quite interesting. Now, I've had a little intro there. Ful-O Gold Map, December 2022. And here is a nice specimen, but I can show you more about that after. So what are we discussing tonight or today? So I found this spot. It's a really scrubby area. So this red indicates a deep lead, as we see here, deep lead. And there's these big ant hills that have been mined on there. So there's a deep lead here and a deep lead there. Typical for your gold maps. And then this is on the side of a gully or a hill. So we got the downhill slope over here facing downwards. And the bottom of the gully is here. So that makes sense to you. We got some water races. There's a lot more than just this one coming down here. There's more up here and at the top of the hill. There's a lot more workings at this area further up, but we're not going to concentrate on that today. Now, so I did some exploring. This is heavily, like a lot of scrub, like real thick bush, right? You wouldn't know this was here unless you went for a walk, which I did. It's just that coated with moss, you know, just scrub, trees, you name it, ferns. You just it's just hard work. However, I located a water race and just walked it out, and I come across this pile of rocks on the side here. It's only about half a metre high and probably about 5 metres, or actually more than that, about 20 metres long. And it's just been thrown up the side of the water race here. And I gave it a detect, and of course I found, I want to say about a dozen little bits of conglomerate, only small pieces, like 0.1, 0.2. I think 0.2 was the biggest bit. So that's what I got here. Conglomerate gold found in this rock pile. Now, the whole idea of this this video is I want to know, is it worth metal detecting all of this water race or not? So this is the shape of the water race. For some reason, it comes down here and it bends off to the right as it goes, as the gully dips down a bit more. So I'm not too sure if, I'm assuming that has been worked from this lead here. This is only a minor deep lead. It's actually not named, but this one down here is. I'm not going to tell you the name of that for obvious reasons. But so did they, I just want to ask the question to the viewers who might have more expertise of me. Did they hand wash this with a pan, or did they have a not a high banker, like a sluice, a long tom, or what? Well, they could have had a long tom set up here, so to speak, and then the end of it was down here, or it even kept on going and this was just a discard pile, if that makes sense. I should probably actually do a drawing of that diagram, but that's what I want to know. I know a lot of you guys, I don't claim to know everything, but I would like to, if anyone can chime in and tell me, yeah, tell us about that, that'll be good, because maybe I will come back to this spot, and I'll probably rake it out, or take the moss off the top and see what more is hiding underneath these piles. But yeah, I just thought that was really interesting. Now this particular area, that's all conglomerate gold, like it's gold in like cemented gravels together. However, if I just move this, move you down here, swing you down here, zoom in a bit, down at the bottom of this gully we've got these all mine shafts at the bottom of the gully. Now I found this one random pile of jagged quartz, as I got there, random jagged rock pile, and it was probably a good metre high, maybe metre and a half, and in that pile there was a 10-gram round nugget that was found, a rounded nugget, or well-worn, river-worn nugget. And then further up was a quartz specimen, gold found in smooth quartz, or a river rock that had gold in it. So that obviously there's more than one source of gold here. We got the round quartz, and then we got this jagged quartz. So I'm suspecting there's a deep lead. I know this lead is actually quite deep. Could be up to 50 feet or more, judging by the size of the mullock heaps. But yeah, but I do know a couple of gullies over, there was a quartz vein, a rich quartz vein that was worked. So that could have been deposited down here, thus explaining the specimen found, and it could also explain that 10-gram nugget that was well rounded too. But so yeah, just correct me if I'm wrong, I'm just thinking out loud here. This is why I'm showing you guys this. Like, they're just of course you got the conglomerate as well up here. So I'll zoom you back out. So it's hard to, you got to be a detective of the ground, as it were, don't you, with this this prospecting business. And I just dropped my pencil. But anyway, so yeah, I just thought it'd be interesting to show you that. Now, so we got this water race that keeps going down, drops down here, and there's also some rocks that stopped here. I've got to check that one out too. So I reckon from here to here would be about 50 meters, I reckon, if that. I've got to stop saying a lot, don't I? It's interesting as well, this particular gully, it continues around here, if you follow that line. That's the bottom of the gully. But I'll move you over here. If you imagine that's a gully, it continues along there. But the diggings, they start to go up the hill a bit. So the gully comes down, it goes over the lead, and then the bottom of the gully is actually truly here. Now normally you'd find gold at the bottom of the gully, but the lead can sometimes go under the gully a bit, undercut it, so to speak. And yeah, I just thought that was interesting. If anyone has can chime in why the geology or geography, yeah, geology does that, that'd be nice. This is an open discussion, I guess. So yeah, this is an interesting one too. There's this puddler here, and then there's a puddler as they work, the old timers, they throw the wash in to break up all the clay and whatnot. They then have to remove a lot of that. And I found there's a lot of this spill, or it's like fine layered gravel all along here. And it's quite a thick layer. Like, I reckon it's over 2 meters thick, because that's this gully. It's not steep, like you're not gonna, your sheep aren't gonna roll down and fall off of it, but it's not a mellow slope either. So as that's all spilled over, I don't know, it's hard to tell. And in that fine layered gravel, I've been finding some bits of conglomerate as well. So it's sand and fine. It's almost like it's been washed, like washed gravel, which indicates it's come from here. However, I reckon there has been hydraulic. I'll move you up here a bit. Oh. Up here, which I haven't drawn, that's been a huge, a fair way up. There's been, the side of the hill has been a hydraulic pit. It's been worked by, the big hydraulic cannons. So I'm wondering if this side of the hill has been washed as well at a later date, because they would have dug these and then possibly hydro sluiced over the top of it. That's one guess, I guess. So yeah, that's my little video today. These shafts, they just start to go under the hill, and I just would like to hear your guys' comments on this. This has just been a little adventure I've come across. So we got conglomerate gold up here. We've had a big rounded nugget. I don't want to say water worn because that's not technically correct, but a water worn nugget, 10 grammer. We had a gold specimen found here, and more conglomerates up here. So there seems to be more than one source of gold leading through here, and there's two minor leads, unnamed leads, heading into this main gully here. So yeah, very interesting. So you've probably been eyeing off this thing up to the top corner there. I've been teasing you. I didn't want to bore you all day with this drawing I did, but this is a nice conglomerate specimen I found, and I'll tell you what, I'll show you where exactly I found it on my map. I actually found it right around here above the puddler in these mullock heaps. They're quite large mullock heaps. They're probably 1.5 meters to 2 meters. Oh, not 2 meters, it'll be 1 meter to 1.5. And there's a lot of them, so I've got to keep working this. It's really hard work. So it didn't come out of the ground like that. It was actually a large boulder the size of my hand, and I just kept on cracking it open until I pinpointed it. This thing rang like a bell on the 6000. I honestly thought it was trash because I've been finding a lot of trash, a lot of steel. It's all through there. So as you can see, it's got that quartz in it, that cement mix, and all this gold. So absolutely stunning, isn't it? I don't know if it's worth putting the acid on that or crushing it. I gotta get my hands on some proper acid, but it's kind of hard to get. Because I would like to see the the shape of it once it's all been dissolved. Yeah. Anyway, this is my video. This is my gold map. And I hope this helps someone. But gold is where you find it, and it's worth to go exploring. Yep. So, as always, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, you know what I mean. Alright, please leave a comment. I would like to hear your feedback on all this. So, cheers guys. We'll see you on the next one.